This is Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by super-middleweight John Ryder. John, how you doing?
I'm good. Sorry for moving the goalpost on this interview. Obviously, EastEnders is on at 7:30, so couldn't really interrupt that. So yeah, got in early.
See, I'm more of a Corrie man myself, so it's never meant to be between us, unfortunately.
You do look like Kirk, didn't you?
It could be worse. You could have said Roy.
Yeah. Nah, you're all right. Yeah, Kirk will do for you.
All right, appreciate it. Better than Flex Pest, at least. I wanted to ask you, first of all, you've waited so long for another big fight after the disappointment against Callum Smith. How delighted are you that the Danny Jacobs fight is now signed and sealed for February?
I'm over the moon. Obviously, we had that meet on my sofa. No innuendo, just we done an interview on the sofa.
Yeah.
And it was a demoralising time, I think. I felt like I was unfairly judged there and I should have been victorious and I wasn't. And obviously Callum went on and got the Canelo fight, and listen, he didn't he give a good account of himself, but he didn't win. But like I say, it's the last 2 years have been a very slow moving 2 years. A 10-round win in Miami in December 2020, then an 8-rounder in Austria in September 2021. So for me, it was about starting 2022, getting off to a flying start, no more sitting around, getting in with a good big name opponent, preferably. And I mean, what can I say? Eddie's massively delivered.
Outside of Canelo himself at super middleweight, this is about as big as it could get in terms of a high profile opponent, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, he's been a 2-time world champion at middleweight. He's not been so active lately. Like myself, he's had a quiet couple of years, but he's boxed at a level that I've always wanted to operate at, and he's been a world champion. So for me moving forward, he's a great opponent, and for him moving forward, I suppose I'm a good opponent for him because I've got losses on my record, but I've given good accounts of myself in the past.
And you were ready to get in with Canelo at short notice at one point, like as a standby. You nearly fought Dimitri Bivol up at light heavyweight as well. What's the key to finally getting one of these big names to step in the ring with you? Why is Jacobs willing to do it when so many others haven't?
I don't really know. I suppose politics. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, stepping in to fight Canelo last minute isn't ideal. Obviously, the fight with Dimitri Bivol, I was up for, but was never interested in going to Russia for it. I would like to have done it on a neutral territory. But I think we're lucky enough now. Eddie Hearn's massively provided for us here. Danny Jacobs in London, not only London, Alexandra Palace in the heart of North London. You don't get more of a homecoming than that.
What do you make of Danny Jacobs all round as a fighter, and particularly his last performance where he, for some people, was fortunate to get past Gabe Rosado?
One of the things, I mean, Danny Jacobs has been at such a high level for such a long time now. I mean, if he's not getting up for a fight, which I think he should have got up for a fight with Gabe Rosado, he's a tough customer. He causes a lot of upsets, and I mean, he's a real gutsy fighter. His chin's never let him down in a fight. He's always been cut to shreds, battling on and stopped on cuts and stuff. So, I mean, if that's a fight you can't get up for, something's wrong. I mean, he should have gone out there and tried to get rid of Rosado, but he didn't, and a lackluster performance. I mean, listen, behind closed doors, I think we've seen a lot of lackluster performances. I had one myself, and it's hard. I mean, Danny Jacobs used to fighting in arenas where he's got 20,000 Mexicans booing him and baying for his blood. So I suppose that helps him get up for fights.
And Danny Jacobs at his very best, what sort of problems can he pose you? What sort of style match do you think it'll be?
Massive problems. I mean, you can't let Danny get into a rhythm. He's a real rhythm fighter. He's got a lot of the old tricks. He sets you up. He makes moves to set you up for a backhand or a lead hook. And listen, he's setting traps. He's laying the traps for you. So you've got to be on your A game. You've got to be switched on for every minute of every round.
And what's your edge or advantages in the fight? Is it timing more than anything? You're kind of right in your prime. You've waited for this for a while. He maybe has been there and done it, and that's where you want to be.
Yeah. I mean, I want to go on and achieve the things he's achieved in the past. I think me and Tony have got a great game plan in place, and I think that should we implement that, then we'll be successful. But I mean, like we say, you can't let Danny Jacobs get into a rhythm, and if he does, then it's going to be a hard night's work.
And in what could be a close fight, is it pretty significant that he's having to travel over here rather than you going out to New York or Vegas, where you might not get the rub of the green?
I don't know. I think it's pretty fair. I mean, these big states in the US, Vegas, New York. Obviously, New York's his hometown, but I think, I mean, I've been judged fairly so far in the States, and I don't see anything wrong with fighting out there. And listen, if it come about that I had to fight in the States, I would have done it. But I'm lucky enough and fortunate enough that Eddie's massively provided for me here and got it on my doorstep.
What will a win over Danny Jacobs do for you and your career? Obviously, the belts are tied up at the moment with Canelo, but that won't always be the case. Does it put you right in line for a shot at one of those belts?
Well, yeah, I'm hoping we're getting it for a WBA final eliminator. I need that confirming. But, I mean, for me, if we get that for a final eliminator, then I'm in line for Canelo, or should he vacate a vacant title. So that's where I want to be. I want to be fighting for a world title. I'm at an age now where keep busy fights, you never know when your last fight's going to be. So I can't be wasting around with keep busy fights. I need meaningful fights to provide.
Are you disappointed at all that he hasn't vacated yet? Because you and Jacobs could easily be for the belt.
Listen, I mean, it'd be lovely if he come in at the 11th hour and said,
day before.
I fancy giving up the WBA strap. Why don't you two fight for it? But listen, what he's doing for boxing is great. I mean, it's great for his business. It's great for bringing fans to the sport. And in the long run, it's great for boxing. But I mean, I just hope if he's going to take care of business at 175, then hopefully he can let some of the belts go at 168, so he's not holding up the careers of others and slowing things down. But listen, Canelo does what Canelo wants.
And what's it like in the gym at the moment? Obviously, it's a new facility, or relatively new. You moved from the old one a little while ago. No Ted Cheeseman at the moment, no Martin J. Ward, the guys you kind of used to training with for a long time. How has the atmosphere changed, if at all?
Listen, it's still a great buzz. Obviously, it's a bit quiet at the moment with everyone getting back after Christmas. Conor Ben's away, Joe Cordina's back in Wales, so I mean they'll all be back in soon. But myself and Felix Cash, Craig Richards was in yesterday. Sorry. So I mean there's still people about. Martin Ward popped in last week. Received Ted on FaceTime, so I mean we're still seeing all the old faces, which is good. He was lucky enough to see Daniel Cadman in there the other morning training with a few of his mates in the morning, which was nice as well. And we obviously got Kevin Mitchell there and Tony Sims every day. So listen, the ride's still in full effect, and there's still plenty of laughs to be had in the gym.
Craig Richards isn't kind of terrible sparring for Danny Jacobs either.
No, do you know what? He was he's ideal really. I mean, he's a little bit bigger height wise.
Yeah.
But no, I think he's going to come in very handy for what we need.
Great stuff. Well, John, I'm delighted, probably not quite as delighted as you, that you finally nailed down a big fight after what happened with Smith. I'm really looking forward to it. We did a thing the other day about the DAZN schedule. I don't think it's much of a spoiler to say this was the one I'm most looking forward to at the main event. So, yeah, should be a cracker.
You're too kind.
I know. I get it all the time.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Really appreciate your time. And yeah, let's catch up again on Fight Week.